Hey all you snow lovers out there, I'm meteorologist Zach Covey, and I wish I had some good news for you, but as the title suggests, I don't really have good news for a lot of you snow lovers out there, hoping for a big storm. Things have changed yet again. We've seen the models do a flip-flop in the last 24 hours. Well, they're doing another flip-flop, and we're in fact seeing just really we have no idea what we're seeing. A lot of the models have changed. Let's go to a current surface map. As you can see right here, the current surface map. This is our low pressure system. We really need to watch the tracking of where this goes. We've got a few models suggesting it'll go straight out to sea. We've got some models saying it's going to track close to sea. Really what we have is kind of like a cone of uncertainty. Kind of like a hurricane, we have a cone where it's going to be. It could be on this side, it could be on this side. Where is this cone? And really the cone would be anywhere from up the coast over. So over to here. So this big green circle would be your cone of uncertainty. So we would fill this in. This is all the cone. This is where this low pressure could go. Anywhere in here. So we really need to watch this low pressure system and see exactly where it's going. You can also see a lot of new storm systems entering. You've got one right here, and you've got about 3 right behind the system. So California, you're really getting nailed with some rain, some mixture, and then really in those higher Cascade Mountains, you've got the snow. Up here in Utah by Salt Lake City, you've got some snow. You also have a little lake effect snow going on here. We don't really expect much in the way of lake effect snow. Of course, anywhere from 6-7 inches maybe tonight. Not that much compared to last week's lake effect snow. As we go to the current temperatures, this was updated about an hour ago. Should be getting a new update in about 15 minutes. Temperatures hovering clearly. Very cold, very cold. You've got this Arctic blast just barreling on down here, and you'll be able to see that in a stream here soon. This is just pushing on this way, and we're going to see some really cold temperatures in the next few days, really ranging anywhere from basically all the way in this blue area. We expect the cold to really go all the way down there. So it's getting cold, and it's only going to stay cold. So let's get right to the chase. What is going on with Sunday? Well, we have a lot of factors we really need to worry about. We've got the jet stream really kind of pushing on into our area here, literally right over the Hampton Roads. The low pressure system, as we already saw, if we go back to our current map, it was right around here. It's going to move across Florida tonight, and really the track of this low to right here tomorrow. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's what earlier models were suggesting. Now some models are suggesting it's going to be more over here, which pushes it out farther to sea. So we've got to really determine where exactly this low is going to go and figure out what's going to happen. Now, if we do get the low closer, like right here, like we're expecting, so if the low is holding right here, well then all we really have to do is hope for this cold air to really infiltrate the area, and that's what we're expecting. We have the cold air in place. We just really need to kind of hold it there and kind of make sure this low tracks exactly where it needs, because if this low does not track where it needs, well then we've got the cold air, and that's all we'll get, cold air. Let's go to some of the earlier models. This is one of the latest, the GFS at 12Z. We're holding at 42 hours from now. So this is Sunday, basically Sunday morning, Saturday night, early Sunday morning, like 1, 2 a.m.-ish. As you can see, this has the low tracking right off the coast. I really don't think that's going to be the place. What I think the low is going to be, according to the 12, I think it would be more around here. So anywhere in this area, kind of right here is where I think the low would be. which means we wouldn't see much. If you look at the legend, you can see we've got a little of 0.25, 0.1, which would squeeze out anywhere from an inch to 2, maybe 3 inches of snow. So that's about, if we use a 10-to-1 ratio in converting the rainfall to snow, we're getting anywhere from 0.1 to 0.25, maybe 0.5 of an inch of rain. And if we use the 10-to-1 ratio, that would converge, making that anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. So not as much as we were expecting, as last night we were saying we could see in some locations up to 8 inches. And that was basically what was happening. If we switch to the 48-hour 12Z, actually not what I wanted. I'll show you the 8-inch model last night. This holding at the 48-hour for tomorrow, using 12Z, you can see the low pressure that was here moves directly this way. Not exactly what a lot we're hoping for. Again, I'm holding it right around here, but I think it would move basically this way. So this is where I think the low would be at the 48-hour mark on Sunday. So around Sunday, around 6, 7, 8 ish. You can also see that we're still holding a very light green color, which means anywhere from 0.01 to 0.1, so anywhere from half an inch to an inch of snow would be falling right in these areas. Now, if I show you yesterday's model run, at the OOZ 54-hour mark, it has it a little pushed back a little farther, which means we would see snow for most of the day tomorrow, or Sunday, excuse me. And it also has the low pressure a little closer to the shoreline. But you can clearly see a lot more of the darker colors, anywhere from 2.5 to 5 inches of snowfall. We can use, if we times this 10-to-1 ratio, then that would mean we see 5 inches, 2.5 inches of snowfall. And then we move it on over, and you still see some of that heavier snowfall, dark green, so anywhere from 0.25 to 0.5, again, another 2.5 to 5 inches. And then if you kind of add this all up over the hours, we would see anywhere from a total of 6 to 8, maybe 10 inches of snowfall. And that was what we were seeing with yesterday's models, which really surprised a lot of meteorologists. Because the models before that, the models on Thursday, or the models on Wednesday, excuse me, were kind of crappy. They were kind of like the GFS models we had today, where we see maybe an inch, maybe 2. Yesterday's models, we were seeing anywhere from 6 to 10. And that's what really surprised us. We were wondering if we would see some consistency. This morning's models runs, we were seeing a little, and then this afternoon's model runs, we've really flip-flopped back to Wednesday. So we gotta watch. We go into 60-hour on GFS again. I show you we saw anywhere from 2.5 to 5 inches. That was yesterday's model run. Now, if we go into the NAM, which is a little better tracking, this is this morning's models from the NAM. They're saying dark blue in some regions, which would be anywhere from 5 to 7, 8 inches of snowfall an hour. Or not an hour, 5 to 8 inches of snowfall for however that dark blue stuff stays over your house. So if you had that dark blue precipitation over your house for a while, you could see 5 to 8 inches. That's how much that stuff would dump in an hour. Of course, we don't know the speed. If we said that thing was moving at 30, 40 miles an hour, of course you wouldn't see much. But if it was moving slower, 5, 10 miles an hour, you could see a lot of snowfall pile up, and that would happen really, really fast. If we run over to a 60-hour point on yesterday's Z model, you can even see, just barely, there is a little light blue right there. Do you see it? I'm going to point it out to you here. It's literally right there in the center, just a tiny little bit right there. That constitutes 12 to 15 inches of snow. 12 to 15 inches of snowfall right in that small little section. We also have dark blues anywhere from 5 to 12 inches of snowfall in this region right here. Now that was this morning's model runs. We're going to be going into the overnight hours. We're going to see the overnight runs starting to come in from the Canadian, from the Euro, from the GFS, and from the NAM. The NAM is a little more precise. The GFS is good at tracking winter storms. The Canadian model is on par at times, other times it's really off, and the European's actually really good with snowfall, so I have to stick with the European a lot. European and GFS is what I usually use for snowfall. We'll really see, we'll really monitor. Again, you saw a flip-flop from this morning to this afternoon's models. Could we see another flip-flop from this afternoon to this evening? Maybe. If we go into this, I really want to show you these few areas I've circled already. Number one, if we look up to the number one spot right up here, we could see this is Southwest Energy entering the continental United States, and it's modeled perfectly by the WRF from the 12Z, using the 12Z models only. The UK Met and GFS also do a fairly good job with this feature on the 12-hour forecast from 12Z. The CMC is way off, so the Canadian model way off. Now, what we need this to really plow down. This needs to be here by tomorrow evening into the overnight hours. What we also need, the low pressure right here, we need the low pressure to converge right here as well. So we need both those to converge here to make a major winter storm for everybody up from basically the Outer Banks up. This could bring anywhere from 10 to maybe 15 inches of snowfall, maybe 20 in some areas for parts of the Northeast, and even us, we could see 10 inches. But that's what would really need to happen with 1 and 2, or 1 in the low here. Now, number 2 is the southern stream. It's with the SW, it's way more amped than the models are projected, but yet we still see some continued same thing as initialization on the models. If we look at the picture above, they're looping the WV imagery, which does seem a little puzzling with the models, or at least impressive with this feature. What grabs your eye when you look at the WV imagery, however, which I don't have popped up, but there's a lot of water vapor here, lots of rain going on. We really need to watch this. This is the southern stream, and it's really, you can kind of clearly see the clouds though. So actually this is the water vapor satellite, so I can't really tell you, but you can kind of see the southern stream right there. So we really need to watch this, see what the models, because this will affect the models, so we need to watch that. And finally, number 3, the models are still having trouble with this piece of energy, and probably will get some better information into the overnight runs. The timing of this feature could mean a world of difference. So the timing of this feature, even though it's in the west, could mean a world of difference for the entire region, from North Carolina, South Carolina border, all the way up to Maine. I'd extend this more into the Canadian Maritimes. So we've got to really watch this feature right there. So 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam. All those features we'll be watching into the overnight runs. Now I only have 2 more minutes to go, so what do I expect? I expect 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. Again, that's a major change from last night's model, which was right here, 6 to 12. No, I'm going to be going off on this model. Not really going with this now. Of course, this could change. This was our initial forecast. We may see a change. We gotta watch the overnight runs, and if I get information on the overnight runs, I'll let you know. But right now, sticking with this model, 1 to 3 inches for our region. So, that's Facebook. That's not what I need you guys to see. Anyway, that's my forecast. For now, we'll be watching the overnight runs. Sorry, snow lovers, but not really the forecast you guys really need. For now, I'm meteorologist Zach Covey, and we'll see what happens. I'll be back with an update in the morning hours or overnight if the models tend to do something major. Anyway, I'm meteorologist Zach Covey. Have a great evening.